What if a nation quietly built a nuclear arsenal capable of reshaping the world right under our noses? Deep in the deserts of China, hidden from prying eyes, a massive construction project is underway. This isn't about roads or cities, it's about missile silos, hundreds of them, poised to house weapons that could strike anywhere on Earth. Could this be the dawn of a new nuclear age? Are we witnessing the rise of a hidden superpower flexing its might? In 2021, satellite imagery ripped the veil off China's secret nuclear strategy, revealing a buildup that's sending shockwaves through global security circles. Why is China doing this now? What does it mean for you, me, and the fragile balance of peace? Buckle up. Over the next 10 minutes, we're diving deep into China's nuclear ambitions. From sprawling silo fields to cutting-edge missiles and whispers of a new doctrine, we'll uncover the facts, analyze the risks, and reveal what's at stake. The clock's ticking, and the answers could change everything. Let's get started. China's nuclear story isn't new. It's a tale of ambition, survival, and strategy stretching back decades. To understand today's buildup, we need to rewind to the 1950s, when Mao Zedong set China on a path to nuclear power. Back then, China was a nation under pressure, surrounded by nuclear-armed rivals like the US and the Soviet Union. Mao saw nukes as a ticket to security and prestige. In 1964, China detonated its first bomb, joining an elite club of nuclear nations. From there, its arsenal grew, slowly, deliberately, focused on a simple idea: minimum deterrence. This meant keeping just enough weapons to hit back if attacked, paired with a promise never to strike first. It was a defensive stance, not an aggressive one. But times change. Today, China's nuclear posture is evolving, and those old rules might not apply anymore. Let's break it down. In the 1950s, Mao Zedong had a vision: a nuclear China that could stand tall against any foe. Resources were scarce, and technology was basic, but determination wasn't. With Soviet help, until it dried up, China pushed forward. On October 16, 1964, a mushroom cloud rose over the Lop Desert. That first test wasn't just a scientific win, it was a political statement. China had arrived. Mao's dream gave the nation a shield and a voice, proving it could defend itself in a world of giants. This moment laid the foundation for everything we're seeing today. China's early nuclear weapons relied on bombers, slow, vulnerable, and limited. But the game changed in the 1980s with intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. These could fly thousands of miles, carrying death to distant shores. The DF-5, China's first ICBM, gave it real reach, though in small numbers. Mobile launchers came next, making the arsenal harder to hit. Each step built a stronger deterrent, ensuring China could survive a first strike and hit back. It was about staying alive, not starting wars, until now, perhaps. For decades, China played it lean with a strategy called minimum deterrence. The idea? Keep a small, tough arsenal, enough to punish an attacker, but not enough to threaten the world. The no first-use pledge was key. China swore it wouldn't fire first, only second. This kept tensions low and costs down, focusing on survival over supremacy. It worked until global power shifted and China's ambitions grew. That old doctrine might be cracking under new pressures. Fast forward to 2021. Satellites peering down on China's deserts spotted something big. Vast fields of nuclear missile silos, hundreds of them, sprouting in places like Xinjiang and Inner Mongolia. This wasn't a small upgrade, it was a seismic shift. Analysts estimate over 250 new silos, a leap from China's handful of older ones. These aren't just holes in the ground, they're launch pads for a new nuclear era. The secrecy, the scale, the speed, it's all raising red flags. Is China gearing up for something massive? Let's dig into this discovery and what it means. How did we find out? Eyes in the sky. High-resolution satellite imagery, poured over by sharp-eyed analysts, revealed construction sites no one was meant to see. In places like Yumen, patterns emerged, grids of silos, carefully spaced, unmistakably military. This wasn't guesswork, it was proof, captured from orbit. The tech behind this breakthrough shows how hard it is to hide in today's world, but also how bold China's been in trying. The images hit like a bombshell, forcing the world to sit up and take notice. These silos aren't random, they're strategic. Scattered across remote deserts, places like Hami and Yumen, they're tough to reach and tougher to destroy. Each site stretches over miles, designed to house ICBMs that can strike halfway across the globe. Spreading them out makes them a nightmare to target. Hit one, and dozens remain. It's a survival tactic, but also a power play. These locations scream intent. China's building a force that's not just big, but built to last through any fight. Let's talk numbers. Before this, China had maybe 20 silo-based missiles. Now, estimates say 250 new silos, possibly more. That's not a tweak, it's a transformation. Add in mobile launchers and submarines, and China's nuclear footprint is exploding. This isn't about tweaking minimum deterrence, it's about rewriting the rules. More silos mean more missiles, more warheads, more threats. The world's old assumptions about China's nuclear game are crumbling fast. What's going into these silos? Meet the DF-41, China's star ICBM. This beast can fly over 12,000 kilometers, far enough to hit anywhere, from New York to London. It's not just range, it's loaded with tricks. Multiple warheads, called MIRVs, mean one missile can hit multiple cities. Solid fuel makes it launch ready in minutes, not hours. This isn't old-school tech. It's a leap forward, giving China flexibility and punch it never had. The DF-41 is the muscle behind the silos, and it's changing everything. The DF-41 isn't just a missile, it's a game changer. Unveiled in 2019, it's China's most advanced ICBM yet. With a range of 12,000 to 15,000 kilometers, it puts the entire U.S. in its crosshairs, plus Europe and beyond. It's not about defense anymore. This is a reach with intent. The DF-41's debut at a military parade wasn't subtle. It was China saying, "We're here and we're serious." It's the backbone of this new nuclear push. What makes the DF-41 deadly? Solid fuel, for one. Older liquid fuel missiles take time to prep, time an enemy could exploit. Solid fuel means it's always ready, cutting launch windows to minutes. Then there's MIRVs, multiple independently targetable reentry vehicles. One DF-41 could drop warheads on, say, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Houston in one go. That's efficiency and terror. This tech gives China options: deter, threaten, or strike, all with precision. With the DF-41, China's not just keeping up, it's pulling ahead. Older missiles like the DF-5 were clunky, limited. This new breed is fast, versatile, and survivable. It's not just about having more, it's about having better. Deployed across those silos, the DF-41 turns China into a nuclear heavyweight, forcing rivals to rethink their plans. The balance of power isn't just shifting, it's tilting. Silos need warheads, and China is stockpiling them fast. Estimates peg its current arsenal at about 500 warheads, small compared to the US or Russia, but growing. Experts predict it could hit 1,000 by 2030. New factories are churning out plutonium and uranium, the raw stuff of bombs. Yet China insists it's not expanding much, calling Western numbers hype. The truth's murky, but the trend's clear. China's arsenal is swelling, and that's a big deal. Let's unpack it. Counting China's warheads is tricky. Secrecy's their game. Still, intelligence puts it at around 500 today, up from 200 a decade ago. That's not a guess. It's based on missile counts, production hints, and satellite clues. Compare that to the US's 5,000 or Russia's 6,000, and it's modest, but the pace matters. Doubling in a decade isn't tweaking, it's a sprint. Each warhead's a bargaining chip, a deterrent, a risk. China's not just sitting on what it has, it's making more. New plants for plutonium and enriched uranium are popping up, feeding a warhead assembly line. This isn't cheap or quick, it's a long-term bet. Some say they're aiming for 1,000 warheads by 2030, maybe more. That's not minimum deterrence, it's maximum ambition. They're investing in a future where nukes aren't just a shield, but a sword. The question is, for what? China's response? Nothing to see here. Officials scoff at Western estimates, sticking to their line: a small defensive arsenal. They say 500 or 1,000 warheads is fiction. China's not chasing anyone. But actions speak louder. New silos, new missiles, new factories. It's hard to square that with minimum. The denial adds intrigue. Are they bluffing, or is the West overreacting? Either way, the gap between words and deeds fuels tension. China's long sworn by minimum deterrence and no first use. Nukes only for revenge, never attack. But is that changing? Those silos, warheads, and new early warning systems hint at a bolder stance. Some whisper, launch on warning, firing if an attack's detected, not after. That's a huge leap from the old playbook, risking faster escalations. China denies it, doubling down on tradition. So, what's real? Let's explore this tug of war between past and future. Minimum deterrence was China's gospel, a lean arsenal, just enough to hit back. No first use locked it in, no preemptive strikes, only retaliation. It was simple, cheap, and kept the peace. For decades, this held firm, painting China as cautious, not reckless. The focus was survival, weather a blow, then punish the attacker. It worked in a simpler world. But that world's gone, and the old rules might be bending. What's launch on warning? It's firing missiles the moment radar spots an incoming strike, not waiting for impact. New silos and radar upgrades suggest China is flirting with this. Why? It cuts response time, boosts survival odds. But it's a hair-trigger move. One glitch, one misread, and it's war. That's not minimum deterrence. It's maximum risk. If true, it's a pivot from defense to readiness, and the world's not ready for it. Analysts are split. Some see silos and say, new doctrine, aggressive, proactive. Others argue it's still defensive, just tougher. China's line stays firm. No change, no worries. But the hardware tells a story. More silos, more warheads, more options. Is it evolution or revolution? The debate's open, but the stakes are sky high. A misstep here could rewrite nuclear rules, and not for the better. China's moves aren't in a vacuum. They're rattling cages worldwide. The U.S. calls it a strategic breakout, eyeing its own nukes. Russia, India, others, they're all watching, recalculating. This could spark an arms race, piling warheads on warheads. Missteps could ignite chaos, misread signals could end it all. The planet's on edge, and China's at the center. Let's see how this ripples out. The Pentagon's spooked. Reports scream unprecedented buildup, urging more U.S. missiles, better defenses. China's 500 warheads today could be 1,000 tomorrow. Too close for comfort when America's got 5,000. It's not just numbers, it's intent. The U.S. wants to stay ahead, but matching China risks a spiral. Both sides are digging in, and the gap's shrinking fast. It's not just America. Russia's got its own nukes to flex. Will it build more? India, next door to China, might boost its arsenal, dragging Pakistan along. Japan, South Korea, non-nuclear for now, could rethink that. Each move feeds the next, a chain reaction of fear and firepower. Asia's tense already. This could light the fuse. The world's a chessboard, and China's shifting the pieces. More nukes, more risks. Miscalculation's the killer. Think a radar blip sparking a launch. With launch on warning, reaction time is razor thin. Add secrecy, and it's a recipe for disaster. One mistake, and cities vanish. Dialogue's the fix. Talk, not taunt, but trust's low. China's rise could steady the world or shove it off the edge. Which way it tips is up to us all. China's nuclear story has flipped the script. From Mao's first bomb to today's silo fields, it's gone from underdog to heavyweight. Hundreds of silos, DF-41s, warhead stockpiles. It's not minimum deterrence anymore. It's maximum impact. Is this a new doctrine, a new threat? The world's scrambling. U.S. alarms, global ripples, risks of chaos. We're at a fork. Arms race or peace talks. China's choices will shape it, but so will ours. This isn't just news, it's a wake-up call. Like this deep dive? Hit that like button, drop a comment, what's your take, and subscribe for more. Let's keep unpacking the world's biggest challenges together.